So I've muted all of the tracks except for the drum tracks. There's no EQ, there's no nothing on them. And let's just see what they sound like raw. Alright, let's jump down to like the end of the song where it's really rocking. Alright, so there's a bit of bleed from the other instruments, as you can hear. And the only thing that I have done is I have panned. So overhead left, panned left, overhead right, panned right. The toms I have panned according to where they are in the mix, right? So this is the pan setting right there, high tom, mid tom 2, low tom. And the hi-hat is panned a little bit to the right, kick and snare, dead center. All right, let's start with the kick. I'm going to solo it, and we're going to pull up an EQ and check out the frequency response. So this sounds pretty good right out of the gate, but what I like to do with kick is give it a little boost in the low end. This is the low end. And then there's a boost that I like to do around 150 hertz. So let's find that down here. That's about right. You can see right here 152 hertz, it's about right. So I'm going to boost it, but I'm going to make the band very narrow. And that gives you like a little thump right in the chest. Take that off, you can tell the difference. Maybe a little more. Yeah, it's nice. Now I also like to do a little bit of high cut. I want these frequencies right here, but I don't want anything above it. So I'm gonna. That cuts the bleed from the snare. And another thing I can do is just drop down a big wide mid right here. That's pretty close. So hear the difference. Yeah, I like that. Let's see how it matches up to my preset. Pretty darn close. Okay. Let's go to the snare. To me, this sounds boxy. So, low frequencies are not your friend in general unless the instrument is like a bass or kick drum. Low frequencies are going to get muddy, and especially lower mids. So check this out, low cut. Listen to the difference. Now, this snare, you can see, has a peak in 500 hertz, right around here. I'm going to remove that. closer to the low end. Kind of loses its effectiveness when you move it up higher. Right? Now there's too much low mid. So right where I had it, about 500, 490. That sounds really good to me. Now I'm going to give it a little high end lift. Alright, let's listen to the difference. Wow. What a difference, huh? Okay, let's move on. Hi-hat. Now this is going to be all low cut. Watch this. Right? I'm not missing any frequencies just by cutting out all that low end. And here's what I get between that and that. The only thing I want to do is just give a little bit of a cut around 5K. That's kind of an annoying frequency range. And we also probably want to give it a little gain. Alright, let's listen to the kick, snare, and hat. I think the snare needs a little gain too. The reason I do that is I've cut so many frequencies, I'm effectively lowering the volume. Okay. Let's skip over the toms and go right to the overhead. The toms are the last thing. Let's add the overheads here. In fact, we'll mute these kick, snare, and hat, and we'll just do the overheads. Now there's a section in here where he uses the ride cymbal. Let me find it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, what I've done is I've already got a preset here for the overheads, so I'm just going to turn it on. You'll hear the difference. Right? None of that janky stuff. Let's listen to it with the snare, kick, and hat. Not the high tom. Here we go. Alright, let's look at the EQ here. And it's the same preset for both. It's just a serious low cut. That's it. Don't need anything down here. It's all rumble, tumble, grumble, mumble. Okay. Now let's get to the toms, because the toms, I have to give them some special treatment. Where should we start? I think there's a nice little riff right here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So let's take all the toms and solo them. In fact, let's just do that mid tom first. Alright, what I'm going to do for every tom hit is something like this. I'm going to zoom in, I'm going to turn off quantizing. I'm going to press 3 for a knife, and I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to cut just about when it fades out, just like that. And I can do that for all of the tom hits in all 4 tracks, and I have to do this, and here's why. Notice the difference between Let me do that here, cut this. And I don't think that's an actual tom hit. I think that is picking up the mid tom too. But listen to the difference. Right? And then it's gone. And then I might extend it a little bit and then do a little fade out, just like that. All right, now let's talk about the EQ. This is my tom curve. A low boost around 50 hertz, a mid-low cut around 222 hertz, and everything else is good. You might find you need more bass, more bottom end, because it's really got a boom. And this is another reason why I do this tom treatment, is because I really want those toms to boom when you hit them, but I don't want that rumble, because I'm essentially producing rumble by doing this. So let me go back here somewhere, and you can hear, now that I've done this EQ treatment, if I play the track where there's no tom, hear that rumble? Turn it off. It's still not as bad. Actually, it's worse than the low mid, isn't it? It's picking up the snare ring. Anyway, that's what I want. All right, so we're going to skip to me doing this same treatment for all of the toms. All right, so I've got all the toms cut, and I did that by pressing 3, which gives me this cut tool. And then when I'm done cutting, I can press 1, which goes back to the selecting tool. Or I could just go there to cut and there to select. All right, so you remember I faded this one out right here? Let's go back there because I want to do the fade outs all at the same time in the same way. So this is Babylon Sisters. These are all the toms. So I'm just going to select them all like so. And now I can zoom into any one of them and watch what happens when I fade out one of them. See? They all fade. So that's an easy way I can fade them out all at the same time. All right, now getting back here, let us listen to the drums, all EQ'd and all prepped tom-wise. Let's go back in a little bit. You can hear that snare. Let's add the bass in there. I think the toms can be louder actually. Let's listen here. Now here's a nice riff where they all get played. Oh, it looks like I missed a couple of things there. Let's play this again. Yeah, low tom definitely needs to come up. Although he doesn't play them really loudly. But I think the toms just need to be more pronounced, you know? When there's a tom fill, you should hear it. Yeah, and I'm hearing the low tom itself is just too low. So what I will do is I will select this guy, hold down Shift, and select this guy. So now you can see these two low tom hits are selected. Then I can go over here and give them some gain. Let's see. Let's give them, well, or I could do it with this guy. Yeah, let's do it by I. And that also affected the second one over here. Yep. So let's see what this riff sounds like now. Yeah. Mid-tom 2 has to come up. I don't have a lot of headroom here, so that means I have to increase the gain. So what we'll do is select all the mid-tom hits and increase the gain. You can just do it by eye. There we go. Nice. And this low tom also needs more low end, so I'm going to tweak the EQ there. And I'm going to give it more low end. In fact, I'm going to increase the bandwidth so it's just bigger. Wow, that might be too much. That's why you listen, folks. That's good, huh? There's another low tom hit over here. Oh yeah. You know, I kind of like this on all the toms, more low end. So I'm going to copy this EQ right here. And then I'll go up to mid-tom 2, paste it, and we can actually just click on the track, paste, click on the track, paste. All right. Oh yeah. Hear that? What a difference, huh? What about this riff? Oh yeah, that's good. All right, now what about the bass? This is how I EQ'd the bass. Let's unsolo these guys and just get the bass, and I'll turn off the EQ. Now it sounds like a bass, but I like to scoop out the lower mid-range in a bass. You still get the low end, but you don't get the mud. Hear the difference? Some people might like that sound, but I don't. That's why I scoop it out. I'm also going to give him a little gain. Maybe not. Right now it's a little bass heavy, but once I get the rest of the mix going, I think it'll probably be okay. Alright, well that's drums and bass. Thanks for watching.